40-yard line. Hamilton keeps it. Touchdown.
Y'all know how we start this thing off, man. We got to thank God every single minute of every single day. It's your boy, One Live Student Ryan Stewart. That is your guy, Joe Hamilton. And this is In the Huddle with your man, Joe Ham. I'm just co-piloting this thing, man, helping keep this thing on the tracks, as they say back in the old day. Joe, how you feeling, man?
I feel like we should score touchdowns today. Hey, I left my punter at home. I don't play I left my kicker at home. We're going for it, and we're going for two. I feel like it's a touchdown type of afternoon, my brother.
You mentioned that, and the very first note that I wrote down prior to us getting started was Joe Ham's dive in the intro of the show. Question for you, sir, because I know you watch the intro like I do when the show is running and about to start. Did you have to dive on that play, Joe, or was that just a little razzle-dazzle?
Razzle-dazzle, had to, and showmanship. Hey, I want to take you back into your mom, your grandmoms, your cousins, your aunties' backyard. That's one of those things, jump over the pile, tackle a man with the ball, throw him up, bust him up. That just reminded me of being there late night, under the light, Monday night football, so to speak, in the backyard, playing football. That was good old-fashioned playing and loving the love of football, brother.
I'm willing to bet that the majority of the people that's watching and listening to this show does not know what throw them up and bust them up is. I bet they have no idea.
Well, do they know what tackle a man with the ball is?
Yes.
Or the other thing that we can't say what they used to call it as well.
You know what? Right. No, man.
Hey, I don't know if young kids can play that these days. I mean, if they saw that, if the teachers saw that, or a guardian saw them and what that game entails, you have no protector when you grab that ball. It's you against maybe 9, maybe 20, maybe 25, maybe 30 people, because the more the better. So nobody was excluded from playing throw them up, bust them up, or tackle a man with the ball. Nobody.
One Live Student Ryan Stewart. He's Joe Hamilton, the Heisman runner-up for 1999, ACC Player of the Year, Georgia Hall of Fame, South Carolina Hall of Fame, all those accolades. I'm sure y'all know what they is. One of the ones that I always have to mention is the College Football Hall of Famer himself. Before we get into today's show, we got some great topics to talk about. I wanted to talk to you about Christmas in your house.
Yes.
We're a few days after Thanksgiving now. We are into the month of December. It's cold and chilly outside, reminding everyone that this is the month of December and Christmas is right around the corner. Question for you. Are the lights outside up on the house already? Is the tree inside up in the house? Does the tree have its lights? My question is, are there presents that's already under the tree that may be wrapped? Your kids, you've got a freshman and you've got a senior. Do they still believe in Santa Claus in that house? Tell me about your Christmas situations that's going on in the Hamilton household right now.
There is no priority as far as the Christmas tree being up before Christmas. However, our Christmas tree is up and it is lit, and it's spinning and sprinkling. There is no present. There are no presents under the Christmas tree as of yet. Okay. I'm surprised about that because normally we're having so much family out of town, somebody would have sent something in already. Right. But now with Amazon and delivery to the door, I mean, everything comes just like that. It doesn't come packaged, and all you have to do is spend time packaging. Stu, my wife and I have really never been an outside light guy, but I grew up in my household in South Carolina every single year doing that community in Alvin. You tried to win the best light contest. It wasn't an actual contest, but you knew it was a running for it. You knew it was competition.
I was 32-12. They got it this year. You mentioned spinning tree. Y'all's tree is in your home turning around in circles?
The one we had prior, because we don't buy a tree every year. We don't buy a tree every year. Okay. We don't go out and throw them away and buy a fresh tree. We take them down, break it down, we put it in the attic, or we put it in the storage and bring it back alive.
Well,
2
that
years
was,
ago, before we got this new one, yes, it was one that constantly was rolling around the whole entire.
wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. I love it, man. Yeah, the lights are up outside over here. As a matter of fact, I had them. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna lie. I started to say I put them up. No, I didn't put them up. I don't cut my grass. I
You
don't
had
put the
somebody come in.
flowers. Yeah, I outsourced the job. I outsourced the job because we left on Tuesday to go to South Carolina, and we returned on Saturday, and the lights were up by Friday. So when we pulled up in the yard on Saturday evening, the family was like, "Oh, the lights are up," you know.
Oh yes.
I'm like, "Yeah, I did that before we left. Y'all didn't even notice it, but I did it on Saturday before we left."
Hey, now, Stu, was that one of those situations where you told the source that you had come through the house, do as you please, do as your heart leads you to do, or you had something in mind, or the wifey had something in mind that y'all want done as far as the lights?
I had the lights out back in a container, and on top of the containers, I had this one for the bushes, this one for the house. And I sent a picture of how the house looked the last few years, and I sent a picture of how the bushes looked. So it was self-explanatory to whoever was coming to put them up. Yeah,
just labor. You pay for labor. I excuse that. I excuse that, man. Come on. And you can't be in all places. You can't get everything done by yourself. It takes a village. It takes a village.
It does. In the huddle with your boy Joe Ham, I am one of Stu Ryan Stewart. So many things to talk about in the world of sports. We plan on being here 1 hour. That's 53 more minutes. We plan on attacking a few things in college football, especially with last night's college football playoff system being dropped on us at 7 o'clock. It was great. We'll talk a little bit about Georgia Tech. We did have a show on Monday a couple days ago. So I don't feel as though we have to rush to get through a lot of things. We got a few things NFL to talk about, as well as finishing up by talking about the Atlanta Hawks. Joe, let's jump straight into this college football situation in the huddle with your boy Joe Ham. Thoughts on the 12-team college football playoff picture and conference championship weekend after seeing the college football playoff show last night? Joe, give me your thoughts, sir.
Well, my initial thoughts, Stu, is the fact that have you heard the saying, "The hay is in the barn"?
Yes.
So for some of these teams, matter of fact, from 1 through 8, the hay is basically in the barn. I know the top 4, they have championship games to still play, and they will play those. But when you look at 5 through 8, they can sit. The seedings or the rankings might be rearranged, but they pretty much can guarantee themselves that they will be in the college football playoffs, but not ever playing a game again this particular season. And another thing I looked at is, Stu, what about the guys that are playing in their conference championship game when you look at Ohio State, Indiana, and the University of Georgia? How far will they drop? Because I think you can't go from your possibility of having a first round bye to not even hosting a playoff game. Because we know from 5 through 8, you're going to be hosting a playoff game at your site when you rank in 5 through 8. So I'm looking to see this weekend, Stu, with Ohio State, Indiana, and the UGA, Alabama, and Texas Tech and BYU. When they lose, or whoever lose, not a particular Alabama, because they're not in the top 5. How far do you drop those guys? Indiana, Ohio State, or Georgia? Do you drop them below 6? I don't see even a situation where you drop those guys below any of the guys right now. I think you probably put two of those, Ohio State, Indiana, I think you put them right in front of Oregon at number 5.
Okay. A couple of notes that I took while you were talking just now. A lot of people that make predictions on these shows, and I'm referring to the Ohio State Indiana game. That's the biggest game on the board right now. Okay,
yes.
You got 1 and 2 attacking each other, and the majority of the talking heads that's talking about this game, they're not even hesitant in saying they're picking Indiana to win. Joe, give me your thoughts on that Indiana-Ohio State game. Do you see it that easy as well?
Well, I see it as easy as it's going to be a dogfight. I see it as easy as the way Indiana's going to play, and I anticipate them playing, that I wouldn't be mad if you drop Indiana from 2 to 4 in the rankings. I wouldn't be mad. The Indiana Hoosiers are number 2 ranked right now, according to the committee. And if they lose to Ohio in a tight barn burner and they show physicality
in the top 4.
Yes, I still am.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Only losing 1 game. I totally am. No, it's all about how you lose, but it's the belief in Kirk Signotti. Is that guy? Is the way they're playing, and they have enough dudes. They have dudes, and they believe they want to maul you. And with that being said, I think Ohio State they have Ohio State's attention. So I think it's going to be a really good game, and they're going to match up with the coaching style, the Jimmies and the Joes. So I look forward to that. And then when you look at it, Stu, as well, you look at it to who the committee, and this is what I thought. I want to hear your opinion about this. Who do you think the committee is rooting for? Is the committee rooting for BYU to beat Texas Tech to where now you have to deal with Miami and Notre Dame being close by? Being right there, because when everybody talks about Miami and Notre Dame head to head, I don't think that the committee has, they have to deal with that right now, because that's 2 slot difference. Mm-hmm. Notre Dame is 10 and Miami is 12, and they have BYU slotted in between. Mm-hmm. But if BYU gets out of there, that drops. BYU wins, and then Texas Tech does not drop out, but BYU moves up a little bit more. And then that's going to move Miami and Notre Dame right head to head. And that's where it's going to come into the committee respect head-to-head matchups or the name brand, so to speak.
Okay. I want to answer your question like this, and I'm not being a jerk or peckerhead when I say this.
None of those fits you.
Okay. The committee really don't give a damn who does what this week, because there's stipulations that's on the record saying they get to decide. So no matter.
Yeah, but you don't want to have egg on your face. You don't want to have egg on your face because
how can you have egg on your face if you get to make the final call?
Well, this is how you can have egg on your face too. If the rankings that came out last night, and you have Notre Dame at 10 and Miami at 12, and those 2 guys do not compete on the football field, and they don't play, and all of a sudden you have to make a decision to where you might flip Miami and Notre Dame when the final poll comes out, and they haven't played yet. Because remember when the I can't remember his name now, but the head chairman of the college football committee, he said that they have the right to change it without anybody playing. Reese Davis did an excellent job asking him that question directly. Right. He asked him a direct question. So with that being said, that's how they will have egg on their face if they change up any rankings without teams playing as far as jumping each other.
Okay. Next question. And this is In the Huddle with your boy Joe Ham. I'm your boy One Live Stu, Ryan Story. Quick reminder to catch the 2 Live Stews tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock as we come on every Monday and Thursday at 7 o'clock on Stewart Media and Entertainment on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. The show is called The 2 Live Stews Experience. Do you prefer the committee making this decision versus the computers of the past? Or do you think that the computers of the past should still have a say in the final decision for the final teams? Because when we were using the computers, we didn't have a 12-team playoff. When we were using the computers, they were deciding the 4 teams that was going to play for it. So my question is, committee versus computer, which way do you like the best?
I absolutely love committee. The computer is an afterthought to me. And that's why I get so upset. And I don't understand where we are going as far as putting our heads together. Stu, why is Duke in the ACC? No, not Virginia. Oh, well, and Virginia. Because here's this. Why is Duke and Virginia in the ACC championship? And I'll do you one better. Why is Georgia and Alabama in the SEC championship? And here's my dilemma and why I'm a little taken back. They're using computers in their tie-breaking process because both teams in the SEC championship game have 1 losses. Mm-hmm. Both teams in the ACC championship possess 1 loss. Right. And they go with that with a computer or with a system that they don't like. I know the ACC don't like their system, how it, spits out the winner. Because if you want to spit out the true one-loss or better one-loss team in the ACC, that would be the Miami Hurricanes if we were talking real. It wouldn't necessarily spit out the Duke Blue Devils. But however the tiebreaker goes, that's what's happening. And even that's what happens with with Texas A&M being out or Ole Miss being out, but only one loss in the SEC, and they absolutely had to pick somebody, and that's Alabama and Georgia. That is why, again, when we look deep into it, Stu, is that can you really punish Alabama if they lose to Georgia in the SEC championship game? Because you're leaning there towards getting punished for being in the SEC championship game.
Right.
Because that would be a 3-loss Alabama team, trying to get in the 12-team playoff. Right.
Boy, it's a lot to think about. That leads me to go ahead. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
And the thing about it, where the committee and somebody's going to have to do something about the importance of a college football, they can't set that precedent, so to speak, is because here it is, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and Oklahoma is not playing in that game, and they get to sit there and just chill. So you know what I mean, and not be out of here. And then Alabama is playing, and if they lose, they're out. So that's the thing about the importance because of the SEC championship game. If you're going to make it important, you have to make it important.
The college football rankings are very, very important heading into the weekend, especially when it comes to 11 and 12. Joe, are we looking at a situation where the ACC champion is going to get ished on? Because I went over all these notes while talking about the college football playoffs, and I kept saying to myself, when it comes to the Big Five, which if you notice, they're now calling it the Big Four.
It is the Power Four.
Okay. Well, but there's a fifth, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the past, FSU, undefeated team, takes a loss, loses a quarterback, and the committee says, we're going to go without y'all. And now you're looking at a situation where everybody is saying to themselves, or even out loud, the best team in the ACC, hands down, is Miami. However, they're not playing in the championship.
Right.
So how in the world can a possible winner between Duke and Virginia not get the nod to go to the college football playoffs, but Miami does, Notre Dame does? How does that work?
No, well, Miami or Notre Dame, they're not in that conversation, Stu. They're not in the conversation as far as Duke or Virginia getting in, and they won't get in. And this is how it happens to where no ACC team is represented in the college football playoff. The fine line about what the committee says about conference champions.
Decide. Okay.
No, about conference champions.
Okay.
They didn't say who the conference champions, what conference it has to come from. Don't you know, Stu, right now, if it lies where it is right now, where the committee has ranked everybody, that if Duke wins, Duke does not get in the college football playoff. And you know who gets in? That would be the winner of that would be James Madison.
Right.
That's in the top 25 if they beat Troy in their conference playoff game, conference championship game, and that'll be Tulane or North Texas.
Okay.
Why? Because Tulane, North Texas, they're ranked, and James Madison is ranked. Remember what it says: the top 5 conference winners, the top 5 ranked conference winners. Okay. So if Duke is not a top 5 or not one of those 5s, and they're not ranked, they're not going.
Oh gosh,
see?
Man! Come on, man! Come on, man!
I know. So James Madison, Tulane, and North Texas, they are ranked. So you got a chance to be. You have the chance to have 2 non-power 4 conferences represented in the college football playoffs
instead of the ACC. But Miami's good, regardless.
Good as far as what?
Being in.
No, that's 2 more coming in, Stu. That's what I'm telling you. 11 is 12 is irrelevant.
That's right. The BYU's 11 and Miami's 12. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Let's go. To fit 2 more in, 2 got to go out.
Okay, but Joe, you gotta make that make sense though, because that's
Yeah, it's black and
you
white.
can't tell Duke if they find a way to get this W versus Virginia in the ACC championship. Hey man, thanks, but no thanks. Incredible season. You're the ACC champs. Now get the hell on.
It's not good optics. It's not good optics for the ACC, but it's written there. That's one of the criterias, Stu. That's number one. The top five conference champions get a bye. I mean, are automatically in. So now the ACC, you know what the ACC is doing right now. Everybody's rooting for Virginia, right, because you don't want that to happen. That's a bad look.
Well, I actually, this is going to make me root for Duke, because you got to see how absurd this is. You can't tell me that the champion is Duke, but we're not going to allow that champion of the ACC to get in because they're not ranked in the top 25.
No, but Stu, I mean, you know, where you're coming from now is your passion for the ACC, because I mean, yes, but nobody is twisting the rules here. Nobody's bending the rules. This is just as black as white as it's always been. I mean, if you're not even ranked, this is almost a bad look or a black eye on the conference, my brother. That's what it is to have a 7-5 Duke team make it to the conference championship and possibly be in that without even being ranked. Every other conference's championship game, they have ranked, right, they have ranked teams in it.
Right. Golly, that's disgusting, man. You know what you point to him? I'm one like Ryan Stewart. Yeah, I don't like it at all, man, because we're a Power 4.
Yes.
So how can we be a Power 4 that doesn't have representation, possibly won't have representation in the college football playoffs?
Right.
And again, we both say that we agree with the committee having the juice versus computers. But if that's the case, a computer is now going to leave out the ACC champ.
Correct. Now you can put that computer, you can put all the numbers you want that computer to spit out back to you. You can probably manipulate it to where it comes out in your favor, but you're absolutely right.
In the Huddle with your boy Joe Ham, I am one live student Ryan Stewart. Early signing period for prospective student athletes. My question to you, Joe, is do you like when these kids commit early and they've completed their degree requirements for their high school and they decide, I'm going to come on up early, I'm going to start college in January? Give me your thoughts on the early signing period and when high school dudes decide to come to college early.
Yeah, I've seen nothing but positive come out of it, really, Stu. I'm talking about getting your degree so early that maybe in your 4th or your 5th year, you can be working on another degree. You can be working on your master's. That's the whole entire semester ahead of it. To do that, you have to have your ducks in a row. You have to have your calendar set. You have to be organized because you have to push things forward. So that shows me a lot of responsibility. And then let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Okay.
Most of these guys want to get on the football field and play right away. And what advantage do I get? A tremendous advantage if I can have a early spring ball. If I can have one more spring ball than I can usually have, going into it, acclimate myself a little bit better to the playbook and the coaching and going to class, absolutely, I love it. Stu, I thought about you and I thought about myself and I thought about what I've done. I still think that I would have enjoyed me being a quarterback in my situation, Donnie Davis being there already. I would love to have been getting on campus and experience that. But the fun I had, the memories I had riding out from January, and I was playing basketball, so I was not going to give that up.
Right.
We were going to try to defend our basketball state championship. So me personally understand all the pros. I don't say it's one con about leaving early and enrolling in January, going to college. But for me, there was a decision that I would have made about basketball and just enjoying it, being a high school graduate, getting that diploma, walking across that stage, just meant a lot to me.
I'm going to talk with you after we pay some bills around here in the next segment. I'm going to talk to you about early commitments, change commitments, and how the NIL and the transfer portal have literally just changed the face of college football. It's In the Huddle with your boys, Joe Hamilton, One Live Stu, Ryan Stewart. Quick reminder to catch the Two Live Stews tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock right here on the same platform, Stewart Media and Entertainment. You can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, as well as Instagram. We'll pay some bills, man, and we'll be right back here shortly. Y'all keep it locked. Listen, I played in the NFL. I've taken enough shots to last a lifetime. And let me tell you this. Taking a shot just to lose weight, that's not a smart play. That's why I roll with Brain IQ. The all-natural weight chews cut cravings, boost metabolism, and sharpen focus. No needles, no chemicals, no crash. Just results you can chew on. And Brain IQ is not just about weight chews. They've got a full lineup of all-natural products to keep your mind sharp, your body fueled, and your health on point. Skip the needles, choose natural. Order now, brainiq.com/REF/1LiveStew. Brain IQ Chews, smart, natural, built for results. Welcome back to In the Huddle with your boy, One Live Stu, Ryan Stewart, and he is the Hall of Famer himself, Joe Hamilton. Every single Wednesday, we pop up at right around 12. If time allows, and if we don't pop up at 12, we'll pop up around 8 or 9. But on Wednesdays, we do In the Huddle with Joe Ham. We appreciate y'all for hanging out. We've been talking about some college football. Before we get into the NFL, we're going to stay here for a quick second. I mentioned before we went to pay some bills how I wanted to say congratulations to all the student athletes that will be signing their contracts to play college football.
Yeah.
We signed scholarships, not contracts. A couple of decades ago when we came out, now these kids are signing contracts. Before I get a little more in depth with that, give me your thoughts and your take on signing the contracts versus the scholarships, Joe.
Well, it's obviously the law of the land. Get used to it. This is where we are, and I love it. I love it because now we're getting into the doing it the right way. The kids, you worry about the student athletes being out there and being taken advantage of, but now more research and more guys with integrity is doing it. So now they are hiring agents. Agents are looking over these contracts and making sure it's not a contract that have you binded. Making sure that you have, when you do something for your name, image, and likeness, that you trademark that, that if you bring something to the table before you got to the school, that the school is not trying to piggyback off of what you bring in. All those things are having to be documented, and they're trying to make sure that it's not the wild, wild west. And one thing I want to keep out of it, Stu, as long as they keep it out of pay for play. I want to reiterate that. This is not pay for play. This is name, image, and likeness. This is an opportunity that we're paying these guys on what you can possibly do or to come to our school to help out. And when I say pay for play, let me explain that if you don't get a certain amount of touchdowns, your pay is going to drop. Or if you don't start this year, like Josh Petty, for example. Josh Petty is the O-lineman out of the private school here in Georgia that went to Georgia Tech, the top O-line in the nation. He didn't see a down this year. Matter of fact, I think he's going to get redshirted. He doesn't have to give any of that money back. That money wasn't predicated on him playing the number of snaps, starting so many games, or playing good or not. So it's all predicated on those guys getting that. So I don't want it to ever get that because you're still dealing with kids and pressure to play, and you don't know how that would affect them as far as socially on campus and whatnot. But I'm happy for it. I'm happy that these kids are seeing financial growth. I'm happy for the total pot. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm enthused about, that every single kid, Stu, every single kid that's going to sign this morning or throughout today and throughout Friday, which is the first early signing period window, December 3rd to Friday, and then one opens up again the first Wednesday in February, that every single kid that signs today and in February will get money. Everyone, Stu, with that new $20.3 million that they have given to all the schools, and then you're going to divvy it out according to the athletic director and how your school is going to divvy it out. What a wonderful thing to think that if the football program have such and such money on their kitty or in their pot or whatever you want to call it, in their treasure, everybody's going to get a piece of something. I love that. So, yeah, it's not going to be fair as far as you're going to get the same, because at this point, you should understand that life ain't fair and I'm not the same. It's not going to be equal. But the fact that somebody can get paid outside of just books and tuition, outside of just the Pell Grant,
room and board, Pell Grant,
room and board, that you can actually, I love to see it, man. I love to see it.
In the huddle with Joe Ham, I'm your boy, One Life Stu, Ryan Stewart. You mentioned the $20.3 million. The max that they can get is $25 million. And that's one of the reasons why Lane Kiffin said that one of the several reasons why he decided to go to LSU and leave Ole Miss, because LSU promised that he would have the maximum amount for NIL every single year. That was part of his deal. I think he's lying when he says he has no idea what the numbers were.
Yes.
He told Jimmy Sexton, you handle that. I don't even need to know that. I know you do your job. But what I do need to know is that every year I'll have the maximum amount of NIL opportunity with every penny that can be given to me. And right now that's $25 million. Joe, do you have any idea what Georgia Tech is? Do you have any idea how much we spent last year when it comes to NIL money?
I have no idea, Stu. I'm thinking they're going to try to keep that closer to the vest than outside of it. And I'm sure you can find that number if you dig deep enough. But you don't want to have that. What Lane Kiffin is saying to you as far as prioritizing $25 million and the max, when his recruiters go out there and they do a job and they get on a guy from 8th grade all the way to 12th grade, and they do their due diligence as far as who to talk to among that family, whether it be the AD, the high school coach, the guardian, grandma, parents, or what have you, that money is not going to be involved. That he's not going to go somewhere else to say this other school offered me more, that's why I'm going. It's going to not be for that. So if he makes sure it's that, then he's going to have his cake and eat it too, and there are going to be no excuses for Lane Kiffin to succeed at LSU. Now, Georgia Tech is going to run up into that. Kirby Smart is going to run up into that, but not because they don't have the money. It's because Coach Kirby Smart is saying, I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to play that bidding game. I'm going to still build this program off of physicality and developing guys.
It's funny that you mentioned Kirby Smart. This is In the Huddle with your boy, Joe Ham. And I should have read the entire article, but I didn't. I did read where number one quarterback in the country, I believe his name is Jared Curtis. Is that correct?
That is correct.
He had committed to Kirby Smart in the Georgia Bulldogs in Athens. I read 2 days ago, or maybe it was last night when I was reading. I'm sorry for not knowing, Joe. But I read that Jared Curtis has been flipped.
Yeah.
And he will not be going to UGA. I heard that he's decommitted with his commitment to Athens and UGA, and he's chosen Vandy instead. A, did you hear and read that? And
yes.
B, if that's true, what in the hell is going on?
Well, Stu, that excites me. And listen to me carefully. That doesn't excite me because somebody's decommitting from Georgia. I'm not talking about that.
I was about to say,
no,
it excites me too because Georgia's losing their guy.
I know that. Okay, yes, on the surface, yes, and that can't be hidden. Okay, you know how I feel about them, but that's not why I'm excited. I'm excited because this young man went with his heart, his gut. He didn't get flipped. He just flipped. He just changed his mind. It wasn't anything that anybody did wrong. I read his farewell or his speech or the note that he clung, and he said, I love Georgia. He absolutely says that I love Georgia, and I shout out to them that they did a fabulous job. They treated me and my family like we were one of them. They welcomed us in. But he's from Nashville, and he said he's always been an underdog, and he loves that role. He said he loves and the excitement being in his hometown. He loves the excitement that Coach Clark Lee put together, infused in the Vanderbilt program. And he also said, I want to be a part of that going forward. So why I'm excited is that goes to show you how this playing field is being leveled, where these young men are saying that I can succeed and go to the NFL anywhere, that I can have some money and make that money and be in the college football playoffs or knocking at the college playoff door every single year. And it's almost like why I went to Georgia Tech as well. I could have gone somewhere else, say Nebraska, and join along with Tommy Frazier and what they were building and be a part of a national championship, yes, that'd have been fine and dandy, but you would have been a part of a well-oiled machine, a machine that's rolling. But what about you choosing to go to a team that's not quite there yet, getting there, and you help or be a key cog in doing that? That's what I love about Jared Curtis' decision, just to say, I'm at home. I want my family in the stands. I want to be the underdog. I want to start something brand new. And sometimes it can't be that Georgia did anything wrong. Somebody offered more money or somebody was talking behind somebody's back. Sometimes just congratulations to say, hey, the guy wanted to stay home. Congratulations to him. And let's go see how his career pans out.
I absolutely love it. And this is In the Huddle with your boy, Joe Ham. I am One Life Stu, Ryan Stewart. I absolutely love it. It's something that I've been talking about for the last year and a half, almost 2 years, since this NIL thing has been prevalent and been popping up all over the place. Everybody's got some type of collective now.
Yes.
So back in the day, there were 10 schools that just about every college kid wanted to go play for. The Notre Dames, the Florida States, the UGAs, the Tennessees, the Southern Cals. Georgia Tech was in and out because we did win a championship, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to go there. Statistics and stats told me that schools that play in the national championship are somewhere in the top 5, top 8 for the next 2 to 3 years. So I figured, okay, me coming here, if Ross stays, I'll be around I'll be around an opportunity to be a winner for at least the first 2 to 3 years of my college career. It didn't work out that way, but that was my thought process. So now, Joe, for young Jared Curtis to get to sign or commit to a school that has won several championships in the last decade, and then to decide after committing, I'm having buyer's remorse, and I don't think I even want to go there again. I think I just want to stay here in Nashville and be a part of a program that's still building and trying to find their way. And he can do that without taking an L because Vandy, too, has a collective. Yes. I don't know if they can pay him what Athens or Kirby or Georgia was going to pay him, but he's going to get something for choosing to go to Vandy. How dope is that? Because
very dope.
The playing field is in essence leveled, and the big dogs ain't necessarily the big dogs anymore because everybody's got some money for these kids to go get paid.
No doubt about it, Stu. I know ratings can be wrong sometimes when you're talking about 4 and 5 stars and the evaluation process. Rivals might have a 3-star, On 3 might have 4 stars or 5 stars. Nike might have something else. But we're talking about the number 1 quarterback projected in the nation. We're talking about the big bad two-time national champions in the Bulldogs. I mean, that's a big deal. And this guy, Jared Curtis, strikes me of that he don't care about the NIL. It wasn't about the dollars. It was about being home. I am home. I want to start this brand new. So I think it's a beautiful thing. And yes, the expectations is not. He's going to think as a competitor that Vanderbilt can win a national championship. But can they? No, but he just want to bring those guys to consistent relevancy.
Well, Joe,
they can't, Stu. Ole Miss can't.
Whoa!
No,
you're not telling the truth right now.
No.
How can an Indiana team that's now 2 in the country
they can't
be where they are, but you've got the audacity to say that Vandy can't? The hell they can't?
No, I don't even think Indiana can. I mean, they're where they are right now, but I don't think they'll finish the drill. Stu, you think about this on the break. Stu. When is the last time somebody came out of nowhere or came from not ever winning a championship and won one in your era, in your generation, in your time? Go back 25 years to 2000.
The playing field wasn't level then. We just talked about Mr. Curtis flipping on his own from UGA to freaking Vanderbilt.
Yeah, but nobody knew has been able to do it yet.
If you watch quarterback play in Vandy, in Indiana. The number one quarterback in the draft is probably going to be coming out of Indiana.
Chalk one up for you, brother.
So why can't they find a way to win?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Find a way to win.
I mentioned it 20 minutes ago. How the analysts or the talking heads are all picking Indy to beat Ohio State.
Yeah, but they can't win it all. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen it.
You're crazy.
We haven't seen it. No. Until I see somebody.
We haven't seen it, but it's the transfer portal and the NIL that will allow us to eventually see it. Because again, I just mentioned the 10 programs that kids all wanted to go to. And on the heels of me saying that, I talked about Jared Curtis flipping his damn self.
Yes, flipping
So why can't Vandy one day win it? Why can't Indiana win it? They're saying that Indiana's O-line is probably the only O-line that might be better than Ohio State's.
Yeah.
Why can't they win it?
I have to see it, Stu, because they're Indiana. I mean, that's all I can give you. That's all,
no, but that's because it's Indiana, because it's Georgia Tech, because it's Vandy. Sir, we're talking about why Vandy deserved to be ahead of Notre Dame and Miami with the college football playoffs.
Yeah, that's great, and that's what I'm saying. That's the ceiling, Stu. Where Vandy is going to be in the college football playoff, going to reach high levels, yes. But when you come into battling the team and having to win 4 games, 3 games to win it all, I don't think the Vandys of the world, Texas Techs of the world, Ole Miss of the world, BYUs of the world are going to get it done. That's just me.
Where is Texas Tech ranked?
5.
How can they not win
4.
it?
I'm in 4.
Are you kidding me?
4.
How could they not win it, Joe? I've got a mentee.
Win it all.
His name is Miguel Dingle. He goes to Texas Tech. He went from Columbia, South Carolina to Texas Tech. Well, Texas Tech has got a lot of money. Texas has got a lot of money. Why could Texas Tech, with the bags that they have, not be considered a possible champion? You're out of your mind, Joseph Hamilton.
Okay. NIL has been going on since the pandemic, man. Anybody new has won the championship?
Well, but Joe.
Anybody new?
It takes time. And
I got you.
If the top 10 programs that every young child eventually wanted to go to, if now kids like Jared Curtis are saying, instead of Athens and Kirby Smart, I'm going to Vandy. If he's doing that, how many other kids are going to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to pay a quick bill around here, and we'll be right back. And we'll jump into a little bit of NFL news when we get back. It's In the Huddle with your boy, Joe Hamilton. I'm your boy, One Life Stu, Ryan Stewart. Joe, I think I'm disappointed in you. You just pissed on the little guy you cannot. In 2025, that's not the case anymore.
Okay.
Y'all stick around, keep it locked. Joe and I'll be right back. Listen, I played in the NFL. I've taken enough shots to last a lifetime. And let me tell you this, taking a shot just to lose weight, that's not a smart play. That's why I roll with Brain IQ. The all-natural weight chews cut cravings, boost metabolism, and sharpen focus. No needles, no chemicals, no crash. Just results you can chew on. And Brain IQ is not just about weight chews. They've got a full lineup of all-natural products to keep your mind sharp, your body fueled, and your health on point. Skip the needles, choose natural. Order now. BrainIQHealth.com/REF/1LiveStew. Brain IQ Chews. Smart, natural, built for results. It's your boy, One Live Stu, Ryan Stewart, joined by Joe Hamilton. This is In the Huddle with Joe Ham. And I almost punched the wall when we went into the break just now.
I love it.
How dare a guy that has been looked at like an overachiever?
I'm sorry, man. I
How
understand.
dare can an overachiever
Yeah.
who literally sat by the Heisman Trophy winner in Ron Dane, who was second up to Ron Dane, say it's not possible for the little guy to succeed. How do you do that?
No, I didn't say that. But yeah, that's how I feel, Stu. And not succeed to the point to where they're going to hold up a trophy as far as the best. I'm waiting. God is going to have me live a long time, man.
Look at Younger Brother's message. Indiana football coming out of nowhere, winning over 20 games in 2 years reminds me of the movie Blue Chips. Something going on behind the scenes. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kids don't have to leave to go to 10 schools no more to be seen every single weekend on TV. It was Notre Dame. It was Clemson. It was a handful of schools that were going to find their ways on the network every week. But now you ain't got to go to them schools. Everybody's game is televised every week.
That's right. No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Hey, scar me for it, Stu. My feet is in concrete about that until I see somebody. Because what they're doing now is, I think that's their ceiling. Now, I don't know how far Indiana's going to go, but they're not going to hold it up. They're not going to hold the trophy. It's almost like how TCU was a years back when Georgia blew them out.
Right.
Yeah, they can get there and have good seasons, and they're going to be relevant. Right. But as far as winning the whole thing,
let me say this: the Washingtons of the world, the TCUs of the world, the schools that we've seen get an opportunity to play for it, it's different now, Joe, because they've got 20 million, just like Ohio State's got 25 million.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
They may not have as much as Ohio State, but if you got 18 to 20 million, that's still going to buy you 6 to 8 damn good football players.
That's right.
And if that happens for 2 years in a row, you go from 7 to 8 to 12 to 14 to maybe 16 players in 2 years that's now making money. So why are my 16 players in Indiana not as good as the 16 players that's at South Carolina, that's at Clemson, or that's at Ohio State? If they're making $3 million, this guy making $3 million, but why not?
We shall see, Stu. We shall see. I tell you this. I'll sum it up with this one on you. If I was to give you $100 to bet on Ole Miss prior to Lane Kiffin leaving, you would not bet that $100 that Ole Miss would win the national championship. In the next year going into it, if Lane Kiffin was winning a ranked top 5 in the nation, having the quarterback come back, you wouldn't bet your house that Ole Miss is going to win the national championship. Yeah, be relevant. Yeah, be there. Yeah, make some noise in that tournament or in that playoff, but not hold up the trophy. No.
Oh man.
No.
Wow.
No. So we haven't seen anybody new, Stu.
But Joe,
and I understand it's different now.
The collectives, the NILs, and the transfer portal, that is new. And that's why the face of college football is now changing because of those things. It's a new formula in the mix. It's not like the old days where 10 to 15 schools got the priority over all of the great players. Jared Curtis just flipped himself. He's number 1 in the country at the position. And he's not going to one of the blue bloods that we've mentioned. He's staying home.
Yeah.
There's a kid, I can't think of his name right now, and I'm sorry about that. This is In the Huddle with Joe Ham. There's a kid that was the number 1, was it the running back or number 1? He was either the number 1 running back, number 1 DB, or number 1 wide receiver. But 2 years ago or 3 years ago, he didn't even go to one of the blue bloods. He went to Howard University.
Yeah, I remember who you talking. Well,
he went to Howard. Travis Hunter.
Travis
the
Hunter.
number 1 player in the country. He went to JSU. He went with Dion to JSU. And you're telling me that now these kids are doing that at a rapid rate? They're turning their backs on the blue bloods and on the top D1s to stay home or to go to an HBCU. And you're not going to say those teams that's getting those commitments could possibly find a way to hold up the trophy? Why? Because of the big bad Ohio State? Indiana's not big bad Indiana, but they're right behind Ohio State now, and they're being picked to beat Ohio State.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying it. What's the spread? Let me check. What's the spread?
Well, Joe,
and check this out. This will be a home game for Indiana too. It's playing at Lucas Oil.
yeah. All right, let's see if I can get a number on the spread real quick. I doubt we'll be able to do that. This isn't Huddle with your boy Joe Ham. I'm one live student Ryan Stewart. Yeah. Those. Okay. Ooh, sugar. Ohio State -4 over Indiana.
Yes.
My line says 4.
Okay. Yeah, that's about right.
Alabama's getting 2.5 versus Georgia. Yeah, Joe, we ain't got to agree. We can disagree on that one. But it's a different day and time in college sports. The money has leveled the playing field, and we're seeing strange things like Jared Curtis flipping himself from Georgia to Indiana. We're seeing that at a rapid rate. These kids ain't got to go far away from home to be seen no more. They can do it right in their own backyard. Let's jump into the world of the National Football League, man. What in the hell has happened to turn around the Chicago Bears, Joe Hamilton?
Ben Johnson, a hell of a coach. Ben Johnson, and I love it when you're looking at a guy that's fit, not just in a way that he can call plays. He's fit in a mold of an Andy Reid. He's a leader of men, and he can call plays. This guy, the culture, the way he goes about just perfection, attention to details. The defense is not that good. Caleb Williams, you would think he's lighting up the NFL in his second year behind Ben Johnson. He needs to clean up a lot of things. He misses a lot of targets. I mean, the Chicago Bears had Ben Johnson talking about their passing game is dismal, really complaining after a win. But what about the GM Ryan Bowles? What about him showing up with Drew Dorman, a center? Right guard, he got in the free agency in Jonah Jackson. Left guard, he got in a trade from Kansas City, Joe Tooney. So when you can put together some of those things, some of those different weapons, and we know what we did with Ibuka, you signed him. You went and got Moore. You went and got DeAndre Swift. So everybody's coming together as a collective, believing. Plus 17 in the turnover differential. 25, 26 takeaways on the whole season. A whole collective as a team. And when they win late, it's not pretty. They're giving up 25 points a game, Stu, and they're averaging 26 points a game. So it's almost that you need every part of what you talk about a team, offense, defense, special teams. That's how they're doing it.
What is a good quarterback rating for a quarterback to have at this point in the season right here, Joe?
I always have to go into this QBR or quarterback rating.
Whichever one is more important to you.
QBR is more important to me, and I would say anything in the 60s.
Okay.
Anything with 50 above average 50 is being very, very good.
Caleb Williams right now, I believe, is at a 58.
Yes, that's playing winning football. That's better than average. Because again, that's why I love that the QBR as opposed to the quarterback rating. The quarterback rating is only going to give you completion percentage. Touchdown passes, interception ratio.
Interceptions. Yep.
But what QBR is going to go give you extension of the fourth quarter. Did you have comeback wins when the game was within a point or two or one possession game? How did you perform in clutch moments? That's what QBR. It gives you the whole total thing. So when it comes to those moments, almost like what Patrick Nix is doing over there in Denver, it doesn't look that pretty when the first three quarters, or they might make a lot of mistakes early. But when it comes time, winning time, hero time, making it play, that's what Caleb Williams was doing. And I think the trust and the belief, because he's not turning the football over, but he's just not making some of the throws, and the footwork still needs to be, worked on a little bit.
Looking at these notes, Joe, we're probably going to end up going over an hour. We got 5 more minutes until it's the top of the hour.
Absolutely, I love it.
We're probably going to stick around and go a little bit deeper. if the Kansas City Chiefs miss the playoffs, Joe, does it mark the end of a dynasty, or have they earned the ability to have a down year every now and again?
It doesn't mark the end of a dynasty, Stu, in my opinion, but it resets it. You're going to have to start over. You're going to have to start over. And they have earned the fact that, boy, they just did not have it this year. And I'm sure they're not going to make any excuses at all. It's just what it is. They couldn't get their firm gripping back on the blueprint, Stu. Dare I say the blueprint that's out there against the Kansas City Chiefs that the Philadelphia Eagles exposed a little bit in the Super Bowl. You get at Patrick Mahomes' feet and you allow those guys to have to rely on Travis Kelce, and then that's the recipe, and keep that defense on the field. I think Chris Jones and some of those guys didn't have their best years. It's all about the players. Chris Jones was missing in action the entire season. There was just a play here or there.
Kelsey's a tad older.
Kelsey's a tad older. Patrick Mahomes sold the farm, gave away the church's money on numerous occasions. Yes. So he doesn't excuse himself from it. So it's just not their year. And that's why I'm looking to see who's going to take advantage. That's why when you look at Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, that they're missing an opportunity. I wouldn't say Joe Burrow because he was hurt. He was injured with that toe. But Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, your kryptonite, so to speak, is having a down year. Kansas City might not make it to the playoffs. The road to the playoffs does not go through Arrowhead. And here we are struggling. And here we are not taking advantage of it. We're letting Drake May. We're letting Bo Nix. We're letting some of these guys take over the shine of maybe, filling in with Patrick, have a down year. So, yeah, Kansas City looks like they're not going to win 5 in a row. That's a tough schedule. And they look like they're going to be on the outside looking in, man.
One more NFL question before we move on. No, that's not true. I'm going to save the last NFL question for after we take this break, but we'll take one more question before we go into the break. What the hell is going on in Pittsburgh, Joe? I watched that game, and I was actually listening live when they started saying, "Fire Tomlin." Man. Are you kidding me? What is going on in Pittsburgh? Tomlin getting booed at home. Is it time for Pittsburgh and Tomlin to go their separate ways? And you've got a quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, who's a first ballot Hall of Famer, that's calling out teammates again. Tell me your thoughts on what's going on in Pittsburgh, Joe.
You know what I have to do? I have to keep it real, Stu. I came on here and we talked about when Tua said in his press conference that guys were missing meetings. You remember when we talked about that?
I remember.
And he said that. Well, Aaron Rodgers did the same thing. He said we're having meetings and guys not showing up to meetings, and that's why we're not on the same page as far as signals. Get to the meetings and get to the meetings on time. When it was asked about how he handled or how can these things be corrected. Mm-hmm. And then he's got the audacity to tell the media and me that Jonnu Smith messed up the hot route, that was on him. I'm sure he wanted to have that back. Now, although he did have some culpability as far as himself. I was going to
say, he was critical of himself and what he did wrong in the few balls that sailed or dropped early on him.
Yes, he sure did. He sure did. But just that dirty laundry and knowing what in-house should be in-house, we point finger in-house. So, right. It's a problem up there in Pittsburgh. It's a problem up there in Pittsburgh because Ben Roethlisberger has spoken. He's talked about maybe it's time to move on. He's a faithful Steeler. You got James Harrison saying that he's lost hope. So when you look at it, you got Mike Tomlin saying I should have gotten booed because of that performance. And then they are a shell of themselves. When you get mauled by the Buffalo Bills as far as running, that's the worst way you can lose. It's one thing if somebody airs the ball out on you.
But to have over 200 yards running the ball down your throat, and you're the vaunted Pittsburgh Steelers defense, the steel curtain. That can't happen to y'all.
And one of your all-time, players in TJ Watt says that they ran the same play over and over and over again.
And couldn't stop it.
And we couldn't stop it.
Right.
So it was one of those things that how do you get rid, or how does Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin part ways? That's what it's going to be all about, Stu, because they're not going to fire him. It's going to be one of those agreements, and I don't think he wants to get traded. I do not think he wants to get traded to where they dictate where he's going to go. So I'm anxious to see how that is going to turn out. But I do think that voice and the Mike Tomlin way and the aura is just not there anymore.
We got 2 more things we're going to cover, Joe. We're going to take a quick 30, 35-second break. And after that, when we come back, we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Ooh.
They've had a miraculous last 4 weeks. Jerry's made some trades. Jerry's gotten some injured players back. And Jerry's got an offense right now that looks like they're unstoppable. And after we talk about the Cowboys, Joe, we'll end this thing by talking about our Atlanta Hawks right here in the ATL and how they're playing basketball right now. It's in the huddle with your boy Joe Ham. I'm one live student Ryan Stewart. Y'all please keep it locked. Needles, man, please. I retired from those when I hung up my cleats. Why get poked when you can snack your way slim? Brain IQ chews are all natural, taste great, and keep you in the game. Shots hurt, chews work. BrainIQ.com/REF/OneLiveStew. BrainIQHealth.com/REF/OneLiveStew. Brain IQ chews. Smarter than shots, stronger than excuses. Getting ready to wrap this thing up with your boy Joe Ham. This is In the Huddle with Joe Hamilton. I'm One Live Stu Ryan Stewart, man. Outstanding job so far, Joe.
Man, I'm having fun, brother.
And again, I try to have
already going by, man. Goodness.
It's just crazy how fast it happens. And thinking about the last year, we're sitting at what's the date? The 3rd. It's December 3rd, man. We got 20-something more days, and then we're gonna be going into 2026.
Golly.
That's neither here nor there, man. I think you and I both, when talking about Jerry and the Micah Parsons trade, we kind of agreed that we didn't like it initially. We wouldn't want to trade a generational talent like that. However, after sitting on it for a week or so and thinking about it, I think we both said, well, he's going to get another 4 players for his team because of giving up 1 player. I think we both eventually said we understand what Jerry was doing and or thinking. So let's get down to it. How about them Cowboys? Jerry Jones is now looking like a much better decision maker for his team from this standpoint when it comes to what he did with Parsons in that trade. Sir, it's your team. Just give me your take on what you think is going on with the Dallas Cowboys and how you feel about the season they put together after trading one of the best players in the league.
I don't ever have problems swallowing my pride, saying my mistake, my bad, I was wrong. No problem in that. So when I got on Jerry Jones and I tried to denounce the Cowboys by saying I was so hurt by him trading Parsons away, that's how I really felt. I didn't see a way out. I thought he was tanking the season. But my goodness, he saw some things offensively that I didn't see early. And then defensively, when you're saying making the right deal at the right time, with getting Clark away from Green Bay in that Parsons trade and getting Quentin Williams from the Jets in a trade, getting Overshown back with speed. This is a different team, a totally different team. Because I'll tell you this, Stu, a quarterback's worst nightmare is pressure. Yes, but when it's pressure right in your face, in the middle, that's where you don't want it because you can't step up. Not many quarterbacks can escape the pocket outside of the pocket, a la Jared Goff, a la Jameis Winston, a la some of those guys that doesn't have quick feet to be able to escape outside. What you want to do when you're in a pocket quarterback like that, or Tom Brady, use your pocket awareness, maneuver inside the pocket by stepping up and buying time. If that pressure from Clark and Quentin Williams is coming in your lap, it's very, very hard. Yeah. So 2 things can be correct. The Green Bay Packers, outstanding defense. Michael Parsons is sitting there with 12.5 sacks. So they would say we won that trade. To not have to pay that money, which was record-setting, historic money that Green Bay paid Michael Parsons, and Jerry them saved that. Maybe it's a good thing that now you have to pay George Pickens. You won't have to pay George Pickens all that money, but you can pay him what he needs to and still be able to build a team going forward. So, and then the Dallas Cowboys, would you love to have 12.5 sacks? Yes. but also when you would have the flexibility that you have to build a roster now going forward, and you're not trash. That's the thing about it when you're escaping now. They are relevant. They're talking about some people saying they can catch Philly in the division to be able to represent the NFC East.
Philly's not playing well right now.
They're not playing well, and their confidence is lacking a little bit. So, and Dallas is playing well at the right time.
Is there a way that he's going to be able to keep Pickens and CeeDee Lamb? Because Pickens is going to deserve to be paid as if he's a number one. CeeDee's already be paying as if he's a one. Is there a way that he finds a way to keep both of those receivers on the sideline for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, I think so. Just look right there in your division and see how those guys are getting it done. And A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. You know what I mean? Because, again, at this point, it's going to be what George Pickens wants. And I'm a little nervous about that because I want him to get his money. I want him to get every dime.
He's not going to settle for anything less.
So if he wants everything, then that's how we have to go about it, that he might not be a Dallas Cowboy. And let me tell you this. Also, he can look at Cincinnati and how they did it with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. So there are some examples in the NFL
but
having two number one receivers.
With Chase and Higgins, there's no question that Chase is the number one, which is why he's making $40 million, and I think Higgins is getting around 25 or 28.
Yes.
Pickens can literally tell Jerry, "Nah, man, you need to pay me what you're paying CD."
Oh, no, not yet, Stu Dog. No.
He looks like the better receiver right now, Joe.
He is the better receiver right now, Stu. There's no question about that. On that team now, because CeeDee Lamb has got 8-9 drops. Yes, right now he's the better receiver, but he is not the better receiver. He's playing better right now, but he's not the best receiver. No. And he's going to have to put together one more year of this before me even to consider him up there right now.
No, he gets the opportunity to get paid this year.
No, he does. No, I'm going to pay him this year. I'm talking about you saying better than CD. That's what I'm saying. And he needs one more year. No, he deserves to get paid. I'm just talking about the one more year. As far
we'll
as
leave the world in the NFL, man, and jump into the NBA real quick before we get out of here. The Hawks are now 11-6 this season, and they're 11-6 without Trae Young.
Yeah.
Simple question, man. Should the Hawks trade Trae Young before next season, in which he's a player that has an option to make like $49 million a year? Is Trae Young worth a 4-year, $230 million deal? Jalen Johnson's balling right now. He's putting up 23, 10, and 7. What do the Hawks need to do when it comes to Trae Young, their superstar point guard?
He can't help you win. He can't help you win the NBA championship. And fortunately, he didn't make an All-NBA team last year, so he's not available for the Supermax. So now 4 years, $222 million is all he'll be able to make. But next year is a player option for $49 million. They're sitting at 13-9 right now, Stu. Like you said, 11-6 with Trae Young out. Can you trade him and get some assets back? Because it's proven now, and I'm not saying Trae Young is not a good player. That's a double-double machine.
He's just not that guy. He's not that guy.
He's not that guy that's going to elevate your team.
Right.
He's not that guy that's going to elevate your team, and he's a guy that's going to be a showstopper, but he does nothing as far as, wins above replacement. That's the baseball term. Wins above replacement is not that good at all, so I don't think he's indispensable. He's only played 5 games this season. Only played 5 games, and I don't see that Trae Young is missed.
Basketball is a big man's game, man. And for the guys that are smaller guys, like the Trae Young.
That's a good point.
And Steph Curry makes up for the size with the shooting. But, yeah, man, I really think that the Hawks would be better served sticking with these young guys that they've got. The Johnson kid is
amazing.
Fantastic.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, thinking about these Hawks right now, I'm trying to find my Dominique Wilkins throwback jersey or maybe my Hawks warm-up shoot-around. I'm going to wear some Hawks gear tomorrow on the show.
Yeah, and because where you don't want to be, Stu, before we get out of here, where you don't want to be in any sport, but especially basketball, is hooving around mediocrity.
Right.
15, 16 seed or 16 draft pick that you're not bad enough to where you top 5, or they have the top 5 pick 2 years ago in Ricochet. But if you're not living up there, you're going to have to try to get some assets. And Trae Young is an asset right now. You definitely can't pay him north of $50 million.
Yeah.
I don't think you should do that for Trae Young. In which he's a great player, I don't think he's a great fit as far as in terms of wins and losses.
As a matter of fact, I wouldn't put him back on the floor.
Woo! I see that.
I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. I mean, I don't want him to get out there and get hurt, which he's been very accident prone.
Yes.
I'm not going to risk him coming back and having another injury that may be something that stops him from being able to be traded. I'm really saying bye-bye, Trae. Thank you, man. But we've seen the other side without you, and we like the way this team is progressing while you're on the bench.
I agree, brother. I wholeheartedly agree.
What is going on with Kenyon Martin, Joe, before I let you get out of here, man?
Yeah,
what's his beef with Draymond Green, and does he have a beef? What is going on with him right now?
Gil's Arena with Gilbert Arenas, that's a fine show. I only see clips, man, but I like when they argue. Kenyon Martin wants ratings, man. Why is he going after a guy that's playing right now? And what is his beef, his gripe? And you know what's his beef and his gripe? It's hate. It's hate. It's jealousy that when somebody can always point back to their fingers and their rings, that's a low blow to guys that don't have one. It's an absolute low blow. And see, he doesn't have the career that Charles Barkley possesses, where you can go to a Hall of Fame,
Charles or Dominique,
or Olympic gold medal. Well, you can't do that. No, all you can stand on is individuals. And you know what Kenyon Martin says? No. Take out all the team accolades. What kind of player were you, and what kind of player was I?
Don't work like that. Don't work like that.
No. I mean, so I just don't like, because they started getting in a little bit of personal business, talking about guys, family matters, and I just don't like the way it goes that way. Because Kenyon Martin,
he doesn't have the body of work that a Draymond Green has.
No, and you're the number one overall pick, so you are expected to do a little bit more. And this is a second-round draft pick, man.
Well, he'll say, if I had Steph Curry on my team, I would have been a better player too. That's all he's going to say. You know, it's not you, Draymond. It's Klay Thompson. It's Steph. It's Steve Kerr. It's not you, Draymond. You're a rebound guy. You're a heel.
And what I would say immediately back to him, if he said that, I said it doesn't take those guys to win Defensive Player of the Year, though.
He's won that. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Point Joe Ham. Yeah. This was In the Huddle with your boy Joe Ham. Outstanding job today, man. Everybody in the chat, thank y'all so very much, man. I see the great Mocha Bell in there.
Shout out to
Tiffany
Mocha.
Poodles in Portland. DJ Chuck. Thank all y'all, man. DJ Chuck 4459. Jungle Brother, I read one of your messages. Jungle Brother 8923. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. Griff, Aggie Pride, Griff. Thank you, Griff. Melvin Echoes, appreciate you, Melvin. Always good to see you. Tiffany Hall, Neef Buck 316, Ghost Strategies, Ernie Johnson 677, Red Stick Poodle. Thank y'all, man. I wanted to make sure, because I didn't read any messages, and the least I could do is give you a shout out. Fly Ty, Ramona Drake, thank y'all for being here, man. We appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. All y'all get an A+. Joe, you get an A+. And a quick reminder, tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock right here on the same platform. You can catch it on Facebook, catch it on Instagram, but it's on YouTube. If you don't catch it live, you can catch the replay whenever time allows. But Stewart Media and Entertainment is the platform on YouTube. Two Live Stews Experience is the show. Y'all pull up on us and enjoy the show tomorrow. We got a lot of good stuff going on. A lot of good stuff. Outstanding job, Joe.
Yes, sir.
God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. If you don't know him, you need to find him and show him love. That's all he's showing you. Nothing but love. Peace and blessings, Ham. I'll see you soon, man.
Be great, my friend.
Yes. Yes. Be great.